Hey there, this is Clay with modernlove.life. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to make your ex obsessed with you without having to play mind games. Of course, there are all of these, middle school level videos out there on the internet that tell you to play, do things like play mind games, use reverse psychology, date like a million people to make them jealous, all that sort of stuff. If you follow this channel, you know that that's not my thing. I don't believe in mind games. I think that they set you up for more challenges later on down the road, and that if you want to have a great, strong relationship, you got to do it right from the beginning rather than using mind games and then hoping that at some point that somehow gets you a great, awesome, honest, transparent relationship. Hint, it doesn't. We're going to get into this, and towards the end of this video, we're going to be talking about some really specific strategies that you might find helpful, so make sure you stick around for those. But first and foremost, you want to make sure that you're pursuing the best life for you, really living into your own values here, okay? One common denominator about super appealing people, super attractive people, super magnetic people is that they're going somewhere in life and they're doing something interesting, okay? I'm in a fortunate position where a lot of my clients actually are already doing this. They're high achievers in a lot of different ways in life, professionally, in other areas of their life, all sorts of stuff like that. So that's really awesome. However, if there is a part of you that isn't really fully living into your values, whatever that might be, it doesn't have to be a career thing, it could be a lifestyle thing, it could be something else that's important to you. But if you aren't living into your values, then think about doing that, because it's going to be really hard to hook your ex and get them to actually want to spend a lot of time with you and connect with you and be obsessed with you if you are out of alignment yourself, okay? The second thing that you want to do is you want to have strong boundaries. Now, again, your boundaries are your boundaries. I'm not going to arbitrarily tell you things like, hey, don't sleep together until you're in a relationship or something. I mean, that's fine if that's what your boundary is, but if that's not your boundary, then hey, don't worry about it. But let's just go ahead and take that as an example, because it is something that people do think about. Should you be sleeping with your ex when the two of you aren't actually in a relationship? Should you use that as a backdoor to a connection, or is it just a setup for a friends with benefits kinds of thing, or whatever? But let's just say that is one of your boundaries, that you feel uncomfortable doing that outside of a committed relationship. In which case, okay, go ahead and enforce that boundary. Yeah, absolutely. Let your ex know that, hey, if you're able to commit to me in a deeper sort of way, there's something awesome there waiting for you, and that you have high value because you're living in alignment with your values, and you're saying like, okay, well, I feel uncomfortable doing this outside of this context, or I feel uncomfortable, sleeping together outside of a relationship, or whatever your boundary is. And just let them know that, so they understand that, like, okay, there is something more important to you than just the moment and the sugar high of connection, or the sugar high of sleeping together, or something like that. It lets them know there's something bigger that's driving you forward, and that again represents some of your values. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to represent all of your values, but it lets them know that there is at least some sort of value driving you here, rather than you just sort of blindly reacting to things that they're doing or saying or stuff like that. Enforce whatever your boundary might be. It doesn't have to be the whole sleeping thing, but it could be whatever it might be. And just, let them know what you're okay with, let them know what you're not okay with, in a loving sort of way. You don't have to be like really confrontational about it unless they're really violating that boundary consistently. But, at least to begin with, just casually inform them of what your boundary is, then ask them to respect that boundary. Then, if you need to, let them know, okay, hey, it seems like you're not respecting this boundary. If you keep doing it, this is what's going to happen. And then, obviously enforce that. Sole little asterisks on this here is like, if there's any sort of abuse or anything like that, get yourself out of there immediately. That should be like a really big boundary that a lot of people have. Stay safe, stay physically safe. What we want to do as well is we don't want to punish them if they do, unintentionally step over a boundary. Like, again, with the whole sleeping together thing. If they don't know that that's what the boundary is, then, you don't want to punish them, because you don't want it to make it wrong for them to be into you. You don't want to make it wrong for them to be attracted to you. Obviously, if you're going to be in a relationship with someone, you want them to be into you and attracted to you. But if you have a certain boundary, like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with us sleeping together outside of a committed relationship, let them know in a loving sort of way that doesn't make them wrong for that. Just let them know that, hey, yeah, that would feel really good. I could see that being a really great thing. That would be an amazing experience, I'm sure. However, that's just not something I feel comfortable with outside of a committed relationship. And then you can just shift the conversation into something else moving forward. But at least you're rewarding them for actually, being into you. And that's fine, because you're once again letting them know that as they commit deeper to you, there is going to be some nice new thing that comes as a result of getting closer to you, as committing deeper to you, as committing in a deeper sort of way to you. So that's something that you want to keep in mind as well too. We're about to go ahead and get into something really interesting that a lot of people overlook. But before we do that, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Please make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, and leave a comment down below as well too, letting me know what sort of video topics you'd like to see me make in the future. If there's enough interest in it, we might just put it in the queue and put it out there. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Another thing that we also want to do to get your ex obsessed with you is when we are hitting these inevitable bumps in the road, these inevitable places where we seem to be at a standstill for whatever reason. What we want to do is we want to shift the responsibility on to them. Okay? We want to shift the responsibility onto them, because it's going to be really, really easy for them to point at us and say, oh yeah, the reason we're not together is because of this. The reason that we're not going on a date is because of this. The reason that we're not, even sleeping together is because of you, because you're a stubborn person, because you can't make up your mind, because you are too needy, too clingy, whatever. But if we can put the responsibility onto them, then they have ownership of it. That means if things don't materialize, they feel a certain degree of responsibility for that, which is fine, especially if it's true. And that also it does two things. Number one, it empowers them to actually change it if they don't feel that they're getting what they want in the situation. But number two, it allows them the gift of not liking the outcome and knowing that they might be responsible for it. Oftentimes people don't want to hit the end of their life and end up on some sort of hypothetical deathbed, looking back on their life and say, hey, what would have happened if so-and-so and I actually ended up working things out? What would have happened if I just, stopped being so stubborn and I just, met up with them that one time? Like, people don't want to live with these kinds of regrets. And so many times if we give them the gift of potentially having that regret and giving them the responsibility for that outcome, then they can sometimes switch things up, turn around, and in many ways shape up and actually create a path for the two of you to get closer together with one another. So, what this might look like in a practical sort of sense is, oh, hey, it seems like you're really busy right now. I'd really love to meet up with you, but it seems like you just don't have the time. Anyway, too bad. Feel free to get in touch with me when you do have some time. Okay, so if they're being inconsistent about actually choosing a time to meet up, the two of you might be connecting pretty well, but you just shift the responsibility onto them, so they have to endure the consequence of that by reluctantly going along with whatever it is that they seem to be doing, whatever it is that they seem to be positioning themselves for, giving them the gift of responsibility, giving them the potential gift of regret, and being like totally detached from outcome in the whole process as well too. Because again, you are focused on your own values, you are focused on living your best life, and if someone is not able to get on board and to create a path for the two of you to be closer, that's fine, but you're not gonna, go out of your way to chase them, to pursue them to the ends of the earth. I mean, sure, you'll invest at a reasonable level, but if they're just like closed off to it, okay, shift the responsibility onto them. That way they have to feel the responsibility of it and the potential weight of living with that regret. And then just go ahead and back off. Let them go ahead and live with that consequence. It might take a little while, but oftentimes they do come around. And that's how you can actually start to get them a little bit obsessed with you, because number one, you're an attractive person, you're going after your values. Number two, you have boundaries. There are certain things that are important to you, and there are certain things that are going to be off limits as the result of having those boundaries. And then number three, if they ever seem to get stuck at certain things like, oh yeah, I'm just like crazy busy. Like for some reason, everyone is like crazy busy these days. But, oh yeah, I'm just so busy. I can't meet up this week or something like that. Okay, go ahead and shift the responsibility onto them so that they can come around and change things when they're ready, when they feel that pressure, that weight of potentially regretting all of this and all that stuff. And then just, be detached in all of this moving forward, because again, you are anchored in your values, not in their specific response to you. Okay. If this is something that you want some help with, you might be a good fit for our coaching services. We do have coaching over at modernlove.life/coaching. We actually just recently started a new coaching package. I think it's actually a really great value for what would be the cost of just doing a one-on-one call with me. You actually get 3 coaching calls with Coach Fiona on our team, Coach Francis on our team, and also one with me as well too. But you can go ahead and check that out over at modernlove.life/coaching. Or if you just want to go straight for our top level service, our commit coaching program, you can also apply for that as well too. It's a long-term program. We work together with you for a long time. So it is application only. We want to make sure that we're working with the right people who have the right mindset, the right personality, and all that sort of stuff. So feel free to apply there as well too, and we'll go ahead and take things from there if it seems like you might be a good fit. But anyway, that's all over at modernlove.life/coaching. Link for that down in the description box as well too. And once again, thank you. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, leave a comment down below letting me know what videos you'd like to see me make next. Take care, and I'll talk to you later.